everybody, and welcome to a new season of the NTNA Recap Show. And this season, we are doing All-Stars exclusively sponsored by OPI. I am your host, Elaine Watson, Executive Vice President of Cooper Incorporated, and I am joined by my lovely co-host, Beth Lipsy. She is the executive editor of Nails Magazine, and Sigourney Nunez, who is the OPI North America Education Manager.
That's me.
New season, new show,
new
competition.
New decade.
Yeah, new decade, new year, new competition.
Yeah.
The All-Star Show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super exciting. Beth, what is the NTNA show competition?
Okay, so Nails Next Top Nail Artist is the only online professional nail art competition. We are 6 seasons strong, and we thought it'd be really fun, since we have a pool of so many amazing competitors, to have an all-star game. So what that means is if you competed in the past 6 seasons and were in the top 12 but did not win, you are eligible to have the ultimate nail art rematch sponsored only by OPI. So that means 5 weeks, double elimination. Each week is based on an OPI challenge, and what we have for the winner is a very special trip to California to do some work with Nails and OPI and go to an exclusive OPI party where the winner will be announced, and of course tons of cash and a really cool Swarovski trophy. The other major difference between OPI and TNA All-Stars and the regular contest is that we have some judges from OPI. We have Sig, of course, and Darlene, and myself. We also have a mentor. Season 2 winner, Livette Cephas, has stepped in, and she will be guiding the contestants, providing feedback, commentary, working with me and OPI to ensure that we get the most out of our competitors and that we're pushing them, but not too far over insanity. No, I'm sure we're too late. So we're really, really excited for this different kind of competition, and then the regular season of NTNA will start immediately after this finishes. So February 10th, so back to back. So
We're going to be back to back.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Super. And love that OPI has chosen to take on this entire project by themselves.
Yeah.
And you've provided all of these competitors with everything that they need to get through this entire competition.
Yeah, to help kick off the contest, we gave them about $700 value worth of OPI nail products, everything from our Absolute acrylic system, Powder Perfection dipping system, and they also got exclusive access to our Spring 2020 collection.
Ooh.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
I think
That's
we see
awesome.
some of it here.
Yes.
Yes, I think we definitely do.
Yeah.
So each week there is going to be a different challenge. And Sig, can you tell the viewers what this week's challenge is?
Of course. So for week 1, the challenge is called Name of the Game, and as you know, OPI is known for our idiosyncratic nail polish names, things like Alpine Snow, Big Apple Red. So we were really excited to see our polish names come to life in the form of nails.
Yes, and we worked exclusively, of course, with OPI in picking the 10 names. So each competitor chose a name on a first come, first serve basis. So that means the second I sent out the challenge, I said we have 10 names, only one person can do one name, so we can't have 10 I'm not really a waitresses. And then once you chose that name, it was not available, so the next person could not choose it. So OPI came up with the 10 names, and then they had to bring those names to life on nails. So it's really interesting because if you saw the email right away, you got your top choice.
Yeah.
If you saw it last,
Good reason to be checking
Yeah.
out.
I'll talk about if you saw it last. You kind of got assigned a name, so it's very interesting. Yeah.
And each competitor had to do at least 5 nails, and it had to go on a hand, correct?
They did
10 nails. They did all 10. You're right, because
Yeah.
now I'm picturing there were 10s.
Yeah.
And then they also had to do a video on how they had to do it and edit their own video.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
It's
during
a
the
lot of work.
All during the holidays.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
During
a
the
lot.
holidays.
Yeah.
And during
your
the
nail-
holiday season, because they also work in
So
real life
mean. Yeah.
outside of the
So mean.
competition.
Yeah, it is a little mean.
So respect and thank you.
And you have to question the insanity of anybody willing to do this
Absolutely.
competition 2 times.
Absolutely.
And we've had people who have done it 2 times.
And more.
So now we
Yeah.
have 3, because I've got
Three.
people. Yeah, we've got people in
Yeah.
here doing it 3 times.
I've
Yeah.
done it 6.
Oh, yeah. And we're on our 3rd season
Yeah,
of
yeah.
covering
There you
it,
go.
so it's incredible.
fun.
Now, because we're limited by the broadcast amount of time, we don't want the show to go on too long and bore our viewers, but we won't be showing all 10 videos. I've chosen 5 of the videos that I felt like for my contribution today, I wanted to help our competitors connect with you, the viewers, because a very important part of this is you, the viewers, have to vote on the work, and
super important.
They're up right now. Beth, you want to plug the address?
Yes, so if you go to opintna.nailsmag.com, you can vote. You can vote from now until Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can vote for your favorite. You can vote for all 10. You can vote for your favorite 5. You can vote for however many you want, and you don't have to be a professional to vote. You can be a family member. You can be a fan. You can be a nail art enthusiast. You can be that's my favorite OPI shade. I'm voting for that hands down. It's completely up to you, but you got to support these artists. I urge you to vote, and it factors into their overall score.
Right.
So it helps them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So our first competitor that we're going to see today is Miss Carly Snar. And Carly is from Michigan. Her salon name is Carly's Corner at Dye. And her preferred nail art medium is hand painting with gels. And her favorite nail trend is super clear nails. And Sig, she wrote a go to the bio.
I'm going to read Carly's bio.
This week we're going to read their bios because I want people to understand who they are and what they do.
Yeah.
So can you give a little bit about her bio?
Yeah, absolutely. So Carly's been licensed for 8 whole years. She lives in Detroit, and she has tons of mentors in the Midwest, so she sounds really lucky. She's completely obsessed with nails, and her 5 little cats. And then last year she was named the first runner-up for season 6, so really accomplished.
Right, and I did want to kind of throw out there, since this is an all-stars competition, what's very interesting, we pulled from all 6 seasons. So we have 2 contestants here who made it to the top 3 in their seasons. So one is Carly. So she got as close as you can possibly get without winning. So no pressure.
Right?
Yeah.
But then we also have Danielle Costantino, who in season 2 was the second runner-up. You
Right.
remember?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we have 2 girls
One
here.
away from winning.
We got super close and driven.
Yeah. So we've chosen to show Carly's video. So let's roll to Carly's video, and she's going to talk about what she decided to do.
Hey guys, Carly Snar here with Nail's Next Top Nail Artist, and this is OPI All Stars Edition. So for our first challenge, OPI had us choose one of their most iconic polishes and make a set based off of that polish's name. The polish I got was I'm Not Really a Waitress, and as you can see, it is a beautiful, shimmery, dark, deep red. Now when I saw this red and I was thinking about the title of the name, I'm Not Really a Waitress, the first thing that came into my mind was make a diner style set of nails that appears to look like a diner but is actually a nail salon. And it appears that there is a waitress, but she's not really a waitress, she's a nail tech. First, paint solid white on every nail tip using OPI's Alpine Snow. Then evenly line up your nail tips so that you can get this line on each nail to match up with the nail next to it, so that you get a nice cohesive floor pattern for your diner. Then you can go in and fill in all of the black checker pieces to your checkerboard floor. And I also held all my nail tips together to find out exactly where the black checkers needed to be so that it also lined up really well. On the 2 outside nails, I made a gradient effect with an ombre to black to white to just close off the room of my diner on both ends. Then I put the checkers on those 2 pieces as well. And now the fun part. Now I used OPI's top gloss and put it in between 2 pieces of hard plastic, and this gave me this tiny little piece of vinyl. Then I used that to paint all my designs onto this little tiny piece of this new plastic I created. And I started by making a little nail bar, the same kind of bar you might see at an ice cream bar at a little cute retro diner. All the polishes on my nail bar / diner bar are OPI, and of course they're in the shade of I'm Not Really a Waitress. Then I completed it with a neon sign. And of course, what does a diner and a nail salon need on the wall? A menu, so you can see what you want to get and know how much it costs. I also included on my menu a picture of the products used at the salon and pictures of nails, so you can see what our salon quality looks like. Then you can go back in with OPI Top Gloss and go over it again, seal it in again with that piece of plastic to top it off and really give it a little bit more structure. I then went on the back and you did the same exact thing but with a builder gel to make the form of this piece of nail art stiffer so that it stands up straight. Then get another piece of pressed top coat and lay it over top of your nail bar so that you can make stools that you're going to sit in front of the bar to look like a three-dimensional effect. Now I'm going in to make my waitress / nail tech, and I wanted to create her with a style like a retro nail salon vintage style. So I found some art from a guy named Patrick Nagel, and I used this salon style art to create my little sassy little lady. In the picture, her hair has yellow and blue in it, but I just wanted to keep everything on my piece black, white, and I'm not really a waitress, red. So all my waitresses / nail techs accessories are all red. She's got red highlights, red makeup. She's holding a plate with OPI I'm not really a waitress polishes that might be confused as like, I don't know, a waitress holding a plate of food. And again, I pressed that in with another top gel. Next, I'm gonna go in and make vintage red vinyl diner booth. Now you can cut out all of the pieces from your bar stools to your waitress. And I left little folds on the bottom of everything so that I can make them stand up just like a pop-up book. I attached them with a hard builder gel. It's super, super clear so you couldn't see it like you would maybe an adhesive like a glue. I applied everything with a flash curing flashlight. And voila, there you have it. I am not really a waitress. I'm a nail tech. And this is my set. And voting will start Monday. And follow me on social media and so you can see this journey and vote for me. Thank you for watching.
So, Carly, I'm going to do my quick little
Sure.
tidbits
Go
on the
for it.
video. Carly's always been entertaining on video.
She's a master.
Yeah, like
She's a master. at video.
Carlyisms when she talks about products and stuff. Like, she didn't do very many in this video, but I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing more videos come out where she uses her Carlyisms.
She kind of did with the waitress.
What is a Carlyism?
Well, she, instead of like
I'm the newbie, obviously.
instead of like using a technical
Yeah.
term, you know, like a technical term about something, she'll just give it a name herself.
She Carlifies it.
Yeah, she Carlifies it.
Okay.
Cool. So she's always really good at entertaining the viewer, and I think she does draw them in. Carly, start your videos with showing your face. I feel like if you want to get personal with your viewer, they should see you. I know, you know, like some of them show their pictures, but it's not the same. Invite them into your space. Let them see your
Or
face.
show Jake.
Yeah,
the
show
cat.
Jacob.
I
Get
mean,
Jacob in
that's
there.
what the people want.
They want to
The
meet your.
people.
They want to meet
The
your
people being
assistant.
Beth.
And then she is the only one that used special effects, and I caught it at the very beginning of her video. Rewind it. You guys can go back to Nails Mag and see the videos. But she does this, and
yeah,
she
and then
goes
she wearing the
from nothing
polish.
to wearing. I'm
Yeah,
not really
I love
a
that
waitress.
so much.
Yeah, and I thought that was. I actually rewound it a few times because I was like, wow, she was right. Her positioning was right on.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was really cute. But how about those nails?
Yeah, I mean they're fantastic. I love the checkerboard.
Yeah.
I thought was really, really mathematically.
The way she aligned the nail
Precise.
tips to make sure
Yeah.
it was all
Very
precise was really
technical.
smart.
I thought it was cute that she turned her diner into a salon, but still
Yeah.
stuck with the
So
diner theme.
Yep.
Cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I love that she drew the similarities between being a waitress,
Yep.
being a nail tech. It is very similar, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard work, tip or no tips,
Exactly.
customer service.
Exactly.
the menu,
The aprons.
the
Yeah.
apron, the bar,
Yeah.
the nail bar, like, and then she really played up this color.
For me too, the wow factor was the way she used our gel color top coat in a non-conventional
Yeah.
way was really exciting for me
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, the vinyl.
Yeah,
which I
totally.
think for a period piece like she did, 1950,
Vinyl.
was the right
Perfect,
decision.
right? I
If
love
she
that
had
she
gone
did
with
vinyl.
color acrylic and
Yeah.
done these
Right.
pieces in 3D, I feel like this was the right choice to do in the
Yeah,
vinyl.
the pop-up book style was
So
really
cute.
whimsical too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cute.
Leaving
Right
the
down to
folds.
her
Yeah.
items on the menu. I mean, she even lists like
I
pedicure
know.
and stuff.
And even though we can't see it, I appreciate the attention to detail that she went as far as to use hard gel to adhere that little fold versus nail glue, because she said she was worried that you'd see like some bubbling
Yeah.
or some discoloration. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Super professional.
Yeah, because if you're around moisture, sometimes nail glue would do that white fog.
Exactly.
And you could just totally have botched your art in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cute. I thought this was a really good one. Her lamp too. The lamp has OPI on it.
yeah.
Attention to detail.
So good.
Listen.
And it's a white one, like our LG lamps, so really
Yeah.
good.
And how many, I mean, I'm much older school than you two little babies are. But the artwork that she chose to do the waitress, like,
It's the
that was
80s
the art that we
nails.
got in the 90s to buy to
Right.
decorate our salons.
Right.
Was,
It's like
was
the 80s
literally,
poster.
yeah, that was literally
Yeah.
what we had
Yeah.
for choices
Yeah.
in the distributor magazines that we used to buy products from in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
So funny.
Right.
Really iconic.
Yes.
Totally.
Well done, Carly.
Good job, Carly.
Super cute. Our next NTNA All-Star contestant is Dana Cecil. I lovingly call her Squirrel Girl. We have a
Squirrel Girl
personal attachment to
forever.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
If
Sorry,
you don't,
background wise.
Yeah. I always will say why.
I feel like
on
I'm
these.
missing out a lot of
Yeah, I
inside
know.
jokes here.
So one
Fill
of the
me in.
things I do on the regular season is I snoop everybody's Facebooks, and I will
Gotcha.
be doing that for this season. But I wanted to go over their bios. So Dana rescues squirrels. She
Oh my
has
gosh.
squirrels who come to her home knowing she's
know
going to
where
feed
she
them.
lives.
Like
Okay.
literally wild
Squirrel
squirrels.
whisperer.
She is the
is.
squirrel
Oh,
whisperer.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she is from Ohio. Her salon's name is Nail Junkie. I love it. Her preferred nail art medium is gel polish and gel paints, and her favorite nail art trend is abstract and fine line work.
Very
and
cool.
you have her bio.
Yes. So Dana's married with 2 daughters. She's been collecting nail polish since the age of 7, and that inspired her to collect press-ons as well. That even then inspired her to make her own versions of press-ons. She comes from a family of tons of artists, including jewelry makers, people who draw, people who paint, and she even talks about that in her video, which is really nice. Gives like a shout out to her mom,
Yeah.
which was so sweet. She enjoys all forms of art. And she was in season 4 and 5 of NTNA, so respect to you for coming back.
Yeah, right?
And she just opened her nail salon in Ohio, which I know you visited
I went
recently,
to,
yeah?
In October, me and April from Nails, we went, and it's just so gorgeous and beautiful. And she has all her NTNA art up, and
That's awesome.
everyone in her salon is an artist. And this space like used to be a yoga studio, used to be like a million different things, and it's in this historic downtown New Philadelphia, Ohio, which is small. It's about 2 hours outside of Columbus. But if you want some great nail art and you're in the area and you want to meet Dana, I highly recommend you go.
Cool.
It's so cool. And on nailsmag.com we have the salon photos.
That's awesome.
So with that said, we're not showing the video for this one because
Okay.
I don't have time to do them all. So Beth, you
Yeah.
want to give what her description of her challenge was?
Sure. So this is what Dana said about her artwork. She said, when I received the email for this challenge and saw the list of polish colors, I was drawn straight to black onyx, which I think a lot of people were.
Of course.
The beauty industry, we love our black. I mean, look at us. So many things went through my head, but I was having a hard time getting away from a literal design idea.
Yeah.
I kept seeing healing stones and nature, jewelry, and sleekness. The amount of information on black onyx online is almost infinite. I gathered a lot of information and decided to create cluster nails of a few different ideas instead of running with just one. Designing the shape of the nails to also represent the color name was a must for me. The fact that stalagmites create banded black onyx and that onyx can be faceted was easy for me to get behind for the main shape. Then the accent nails being crisp and sleek could offer me a canvas for my 3D pieces. I had a fun time creating all of my little pieces of representation. I couldn't help but sculpt a bowl with crystals, as I have one almost identical at home. I love astrology and space, so the addition of those items was really fun to make. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think with Dana's nails, right, we can see the jewelry influence, the cameo. I love that cameo. The facets, which I thought showed up really nice.
Did some really good facets on the shapes of her nails, on
Yeah.
the back at the cuticle area and on the two
striking.
sides.
And the top coat tip with faceting, I thought was good.
Yeah.
This is a little minor thing, but obviously OPI loves a good pun. So I loved when she was filing away and she said it unearthed that onyx. I was like, oh, so on brand, so on brand.
I still gave her comments on her videos, even though I'm not showing it because I want the viewers to go and watch the videos. But I have good points about her because she showed her face, so she engaged the viewer. She's great at storytelling.
Yeah,
she did her
her voice
research and
is
she
so
carried
soothing.
it straight. Yeah, she carried it through the whole video as she did each one. And she showed the products to the camera really well. Every product she used, she showed the camera what was the product and the color. And I saw you used your e-file.
She totally did.
Yeah, but I think she did a really cool job on that little bowl with the little pieces of onyx in it. The cameo was cute. Oh, and then don't forget too, was it Libra? What was the constellation? I can't remember which constellation it was. But I definitely think, at least for the facets part of it, watch the video because she really shows how she made those facets and had good tips on not clear coating them because you'll lose the facets.
Right, that's what she's saying about the top coat,
I love to mentioning the e-file. She shows the e-file version, but she also shows the hand file version. So it's a really great learning opportunity.
Yeah, I think educating in these videos is always so important. Not just, this is what I did, but this is how I did it for the viewers.
But also why. The why is really important.
Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely.
Totally.
Great job, Dana.
Good job, Dana.
Our next is Danielle Constantino. She's from Rhode Island. Her salon is called The Glam Shop, and her preferred art medium is gels, and her favorite nail art trend is glitter and unconventional nail shapes.
Perfect.
Do you want to give her bio?
Yeah, so Danielle feels super lucky because she gets to call her passion her work. She's been doing nails since 2011. She's a mother of a 9-year-old named Carter. He is her everything and keeps her motivated. She's the owner of 2 businesses, The Glam Shop and theglamshop.net. She competed in season 2 of NTNA, and then which really helped spark her confidence in the nail industry. She's received awards for her social media platforms in 2017 and 2018. And she's been missing that competitive nature in her, so she's back, which we're really excited to have her.
Yeah, what I love about Danielle is the second she was done with season 2, I remember she came to me and she was like, so I need something else to do. Can you give me some, like,
What am I going to do with all this spare
Give me
time?
some more work. And I remember she was like, can I just compete again? And I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, but I have work for you.
Yeah.
Like, she truly means it when she says she missed the competitive nature, she missed the work, and that's why I was so happy when we got this off the ground. I went right to Danielle.
Cool.
I was like, I know you want to do this.
I'm curious if she's an Aries. That's a competitor. I'm an Aries. So Danielle, you're going to have to let me know you're an Aries sister of mine because we are very competitive little creatures. What was her color and theme she went with?
Okay, so unfortunately, Danielle saw her email last. So she got assigned Malaga wine. But since Danielle is competitive and she's gotten so far in the competition, I was like, what better person, right, to get assigned something? Because I know she can pull it out.
Yeah.
She can do it. So Danielle says, I was assigned Malaga wine, the classic and deep red color from OPI. When I began doing some research into Malaga, learning more about the history as well as the culture, and it was truly captivating. I'm a history enthusiast, so finding out that one of my favorite artists, Picasso, was born in Malaga, I felt like it was meant to be. After brainstorming for a bit and watching some tourism videos as well, I realized what a beautiful, ancient, and artistic place Malaga is. I also learned more about the beginning of the wine trade dating back to 3000 BC. Malaga was one of the first places to export wine, as well as grapes as table fruit. In my video, I will explain in more detail why I chose to do this design. And I feel like her
She gave a
video-
lot of
I was
info
gonna say,
about
do you
Malaga,
wanna-
Spain.
Do you want to talk about the video?
Yeah, because first of all, when she started to describe it, and I'd never put 2 and 2 together on the Malaga wine, which is a color I used in the 90s, by the way. That's
Yeah.
an iconic color. It's been around for
It was
OPI
at
for
the
a hell of a
Golden
long
Globes.
time.
Yeah.
People wore it at the
Yeah,
Golden
yeah.
Globes
I
this
remember
weekend.
Malaga wine in the
Yeah.
early 90s.
Yeah.
But I've been to Malaga, Spain.
Oh, cool.
And saw Picasso's stuff and been around there. So watching her video for me was especially engaging because I didn't realize that was where it came from. It was just the name of a color to me.
Sure.
One suggestion I have, and she's not the only one who does this, is fast motion helps you guys cut your time down.
Right.
But you have to be careful you're not moving around a lot. Some of the ladies do it where they have a stationary thing and they do fast motion and it helps. But if you're not stationary and your hands moving, though, it starts to get a little Blair Witch Project for me.
Yeah.
And it was a little nauseating in that. Love that she showed manicure and prep, because
Sure.
that was a good teaching moment. But I think in this, if you're only limited to a certain amount of time, you can kind of, we all watch and we know how to do that part. Show
Yeah.
us your art.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Want to see
Yeah.
more of the techniques.
Yeah. So, and then I think I also carried her story through, and for
Right.
me that was super engaging. Can't remember. I don't think she looked at the camera. I don't think she engaged her face on the camera, if I recall.
There's a picture. She's
Right.
in
It
a
was an
picture.
opener picture.
Yeah.
But talk to the camera.
No, she does. She has little
Have a
headphones.
moment.
No, she does.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
does.
opens it with
her face.
I saw so
Yeah.
many. I can't even remember.
For
at
me,
this
there was
point.
so much history. I'm
Yeah.
glad she did her research.
was.
The one feedback
love
I
the
would
research.
give is give the history while we're watching you do the nails.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, that's one thing I would work
And
on.
that would save on the
Yeah,
time. Because
exactly.
she was the only video that was at 9 minutes, where the
Yeah.
others all kept it right down to 5. And so, yeah, talk while you work. Voiceover. I think
Right.
voiceovering after is such a better idea than trying to talk while you're doing it, because your brain
tough.
has to do so many things
Yeah.
at once. Just film your stuff and then put the voiceover after. Go to YouTube. There's a lot of instruction.
Yeah.
But how about the nails?
Yeah, I was impressed she did this set on her model.
Yeah, on
you know,
someone.
didn't use tips, went for it. And I loved the little grape clusters.
I was just gonna say that.
The
That
grape,
was one of
that
my
was smart
favorites.
too.
Yeah.
I
Using
love
the
that
gold
as well.
beads and coloring them was
Yeah,
a
that was
brilliant
clever.
idea.
And
Yeah.
I actually really love the color block Picasso French. Like I thought for me that is
Like
so
I would
fun.
wear a set of nails like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
would
middle
so
nail.
wear-
I would wear that as a set.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute that she did the wine bottle. I do wish she would painted it. Like I love that she was smart enough to bring the picture down and put it behind the OPI product. But I mean, it's a nail art competition. Push yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see you paint that. Go
I mean,
for it, girl.
For me, OPI always looks to different countries to find inspiration for our next color collection. So I appreciate that you can see where the inspiration came from. You can automatically know the shade name if you're familiar with OPI. So
Yeah.
kudos on that.
Yes.
Well done. Love those grapes.
Yes.
Coloring them made them just look more dimensional because they were metal, and the way the color
Yeah.
flowed on
Gave
it
it
just came
depth,
out more
too.
Right.
definition.
And she talked about the different colors of the grapes and the wine. And
Right.
It just really made me want a glass of wine, Danielle.
Our next competitor is Deanna Stelmachek. I have a little, I love her. She's a competitor, a hardcore competitor, not just NTNA, but she's been on Olympia. She was competing in Canada when I was judging just a couple
Nice.
months ago.
She just had a birthday too.
Did
so
she?
happy late
Oh,
birthday.
Happy birthday, girl. So her hometown is Alberta, Canada. She's a Canadian, a Canuck. And her salon is the Soho Studio. Her preferred nail art medium is gel and 3D gel. And her favorite nail art trend is encapsulated art 90s style.
Cool.
Right?
She likes to throw it back.
She does.
Yeah.
And she re-inspired my on Vogue. I got Madonna. So she was a judge last season
Cool.
of NTNA, and their theme was a Madonna theme.
Nice.
So after we ended the episode, I just had to go on my phone and download the Immaculate Collection again, and I was rocking Madonna for days
Very
after
cool.
that. Yeah.
That's
so
fun.
do you want to tell everybody Deanna's bio?
Sure. So Deanna is a fashion graduate and enthusiast turned nail artist and competitor. She placed in the top 5 of season 4 NTNA. She's been teaching nail art and sharing her creativity is another passion of hers. She strives to be different, push products to the limit, and be original and authentic, which I think we saw in her video. She's known for creating her own unique techniques, challenging herself to think outside the box.
Yeah. I think
True.
that. So I am sharing her video
Yes.
because she had so many good, really
Yes.
good tidbits to
Yes,
teach.
absolutely.
So let's go to Deanna's video.
Name of the game. So OPI gave us a list of 10 of their most iconic colors to choose from to bring a set to life. I of course picked Cajun shrimp because I knew I could do a little bit of weirdness with the shrimp and I love the color, so it was a perfect fit for me. I hope you enjoy these spicy nails.
So for this challenge, I really wanted to challenge myself and do some extreme stiletto competition shapes. For this style of nail, you're going to need to double up on the nail forms to get them extra long. Just like in a regular gel set, I go in with a thin layer of clear first and cure it, and then I go back in and do a thicker builder layer of clear. Scrub down with some 99 and get those forms off. Another super thin layer of clear. I wanted to show you a smile line nail because I actually find smile lines to be quite difficult, and it's a good skill to have to be able to sculpt a smile line. You want to carve it out really nice and sharp so that that smile line really pops. Oh, so beautifully sharp. Go in with black onyx to give it a shadowed effect and get that smile line popping. Fill in the rest of the smile line with 2 coats of alpine snow. Now we're going to bring up these sidewalls. We're going to need some napkins for these shrimp, so I figured that would be the perfect pattern to encapsulate in my smile line. Once we're finished with the black onyx napkin design, we're going to encapsulate the whole smile line with a hefty bead of clear. Here's what it should look like when you're done shaping. Now we're going to finish shaping all the other nails as well, and as you can see, I did a couple nails in the opaque pink. And here's our star of the show, Cajun shrimp. I'm painting all of the nails right now that will be solid color in the gel polish. To create some napkin diversity, I am also making a napkin nail with the Cajun shrimp color. To spice these napkins up a little bit, I'm going to apply a sponging technique to the edges. Now matte top coat all the nails. When I think of Cajun and Creole, I think of jazz and horns, so I wanted to give my shrimp some jazzy nails with a 1920s vibe to sit on. What I'm doing here is a sugaring effect where you dump glitter into the wet polish and cure. Then you brush it off to remove the excess glitter. To give my shrimp a translucent effect, I take nail polish and mix it into my monomer to tint it. Roll your acrylic brush over the shrimp's head to create soft edges. I peel them off, flip them over, and fill in the backside to make them really 3D. Then I give them some depth with the sponging technique and some gel polish. Stick on all the little legs and feelers with some No Cleanse top coat and a flashlight. Top him off with matte top coat, then take a brush soaked in 99 and wipe off the dispersion layer. This nail's all finished, and I repeat this same process for the other 2 shrimp nails. You absolutely cannot have a shrimp cookout without some lemon, so we're going to tint our monomer again and create some. This time I'm tinting my monomer green to create ochre, and instead of picking up clear acrylic like I did with the lemon, I'm going to pick up white. I wrap up this juicy lotion in saran wrap to create my shrimp cooking pot with some clear gel. Whip up some Cajun peppers using this Big Apple Red dipping powder. I'm shucking up this corn by alternating between white and clear beads of acrylic and my tinted monomer. Fix all the fixins in your pot with your trusty No Cleanse top coat and flashlight. I'm bedazzling a few nails with some glue, some charms, some gems, and some caviar beads. We need to put these veggies to work, and what's a Cajun cookout without cutlery? All done! I hope I brought Cajun shrimp to life, and I hope that this set made you feel spicy in your heart. Please don't forget to vote! Thanks for watching my first video for OPI and Nails Magazine's NTNA All.
All right, so my Deanna video notes, she is so gorgeous. So starting on her face is a gimme. And
That hair.
Yeah.
Showing
Loving the
that
color
I
hair.
know,
hair.
she could be a model.
Totally.
The background behind her, she was clever. She had a sign with her info on the sign, so that was engaging. So she's gonna get followers. She's got energy. Her fast motion works because she was stable. And then I put so many great techniques to educate the viewer.
Yeah.
And oh my God, this set, okay.
But, I mean, you can tell, right, that she does love teaching because she teaches cool trick after cool trick from the napkins, the smile line,
Yep.
right, and then like the sort of like darkening, the shading of the napkin to making a shrimp that I want to eat. And
Oh
we
my
always
gosh.
we always talk about good nails make you want to eat them,
Totally.
right?
Yeah.
So I want a
This
They
shrimp.
look
one's making me
edible.
hungry. This
Right,
one's
I
got
want
me
a
hungry.
shrimp with some lime, a shrimp
Yeah.
cocktail, the silver, the cutlery.
Oh my God, it's just so cute.
And it
The,
is-
the pot.
The
It's got
pot,
it's
yeah.
got another little Cajun shrimp in there
Right.
and a corn.
And what I do want to say, like, because I've obviously seen so many entries for NTNA, like, sometimes going literal, it doesn't pay off.
Right.
But in this case, it's
Winner.
so paid
Winner.
off. And I was kind of shocked too, like, personally, because I think Cajun shrimp would be, like, a hard name. Like, you know, like what I'm saying? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like that would be a hard one.
Mhm.
And she chose it, and of course, no one else chose it before her.
It's a bold choice.
And I was like, okay.
How far in the list did she get this one?
She was maybe, like, one of the first four. Three or
Okay.
four. I don't
So she was brave enough to
was
choose
midway.
this. She
She
didn't get
was
stuck with
midway.
it.
Right. And
Yeah.
I was like, that was a bold choice. And she really went literal, and it was like, go big, go home.
I love the napkin.
From a brand perspective, though, obviously I love that you can tell what shade name it is.
Totally.
Yeah.
But also, it made me think of another OPI shade name called Crawfishing for a Compliment. So it kind of works as both. So I really love that.
Oh, that's
Not sure
super
if she did that
cute.
on purpose, but super
Are
cute.
those the same collection?
No, they're
No,
not.
no,
Crawfishing
no.
for a Compliment,
No.
the New Orleans collection, which
Okay.
came like within the last
Cajun shrimp
5 or
is one
6
that's been
years.
around a long time too. Because
Yeah.
I know Cajun shrimp. It's a warm
so
tone
cool.
red.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I also love that she kind of incorporated a little bit of that 3D French technique that we've been seeing on Instagram, which was really
Yeah.
relevant, and
Yeah.
I appreciated that, which was really cool.
She gets good camera angles on
Mm-hmm.
it because you could see how much higher her nail bed was and how much lower the free edge was when she was highlighting that smile
That
line
smile
with the dark
line was
color.
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I know.
She competes in these stilettos. There's
Yeah.
Well, she
she
wears
does
them.
well.
Well, she
yeah,
sculpts them on
does.
her own hand
Yeah.
too, which
She does really
I
good
remember
at
marking
nailing
that
down
as
on her
well.
stilettos.
Yeah, I actually didn't recognize her own hands.
Yeah,
So
it
I was
was-
like, those are so short, those nails. Those
I
aren't
still
Deanna
like. I'm
nails.
still old school enough that structure is so important to
It
me
is,
as
though.
well
It is
as art, and I get like
Yeah.
so happy when I see like killer
is.
structure.
And even like she makes these gorgeous edible looking shrimp, and she even like what she puts them over the sugaring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were beautiful
Yeah.
nails. And I don't look at it as like she covered them up. I just like she accented one beautiful thing with
Yeah,
one beautiful
the
thing.
little hot pepper.
One thing I was really looking forward to with kicking off this contest, especially with All Stars, is seeing how the contestants were going to push OPI products to their
Yes.
limits.
Yes.
As an education manager, I'm protocol. So to see them do these crazy things that are outside of the box was really exciting. Her tinting the monomer to
Yes.
create
Yes.
those things, I
Yes.
was blown away.
I brought that up
It
in a
was
meeting
really
yesterday
good use.
because there's I call those old school techniques
Yeah.
because back in my era earlier days. Before color powder was so prevalent,
Yeah.
that was how we, with our Opia color, it would tint my monomer.
It's amazing.
So it was cool to see her do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to dust my brain off and go back in my archive of tips and tricks
Yeah.
and pull some of these back out. And it's fun to see them come back.
Yeah, it was
And I am
awesome.
sure a lot of people are seeing that for the first time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the corporate offices, everyone's watching NTNA and everyone's like, did you see her tint the monomer? Like everyone was freaking out. It was so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, I like that.
There is a trick to it that you don't put too much ratio of polish to the monomer. So you
Okay.
just have to be careful in that, and it's a great way to do.
I
You know,
do have a
how
tech-
many OPI colors are there?
And in the core
You
lineup,
could have so many
200 plus.
colors. You could have so much colored
Yeah.
powder designs.
So question
using
for
all of
you in
them.
terms of wearability, is that a technique we should like limit to competition style nails only, or can you actually use that for something you can
Yeah,
wear?
I did it in salon.
Okay,
I
cool.
did it in my salon nails. But again, you have to be super cautious that you're not putting too much ratio of polish. It literally should be drops.
Got
and
it.
so you just have to be careful, you know, that you're just doing lighter colors. You're not doing like really hard solid. But
Yeah.
it tints white just as well as it does clear, and you get different transparent colors.
Yeah, the
versus,
yellows
yeah,
that she
opaque
got,
colors.
the greens, it was so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, the lemon. She didn't
I
say
know.
it.
It's lemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't say it when she did the lemon. She said it after, but on the lemon, she
Yeah.
actually used clear and white powder because
Yeah.
the fruit part of the lemon she made transparent,
Yeah.
and then the rind of it
Right.
she used. I could
Right.
tell the white
Right.
ball to do it.
Yeah, the attention to detail is
Yeah.
amazing.
Well done, girlfriend. Really good. She filled my cravings I get when I'm like, oh, what are they going to do? So our next competitor, Emily Nash, I love her. She is from Indiana. Her salon nail is Natural Impressions. Her preferred nail art medium is gel paint, and her favorite nail art trend is character art. Sig,
Yeah.
give us her bio.
Of course. So Emily's been a nail artist for almost 8 years, but has been an artist her whole life. She specializes in hand-painted nail art, especially characters and small details. She's finally starting her own nail salon this year, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
And she's just excited for her own nail career to kick off. So I think NTNA is a perfect start.
Right, and we just saw
Confidence
her.
booster.
Right, and we just saw her in season 6. So again,
Yep.
she's another one who's fresh, and she wants to just come right back into it. So I'm really happy to have her back. Right
Yeah.
Me
away.
too.
Yeah.
We are going to watch her video,
Cool.
so I'm really excited. So let's roll Emily Nash's video.
What is up, everybody? It is Emily, and I am back with our very first OPI NTNA All-Star Challenge. OPI is known for some of the most iconic names in the industry, so for this challenge we were asked to create a set of nails inspired by one of the classic collection names, and the color I chose is Linkin Park After Dark. Starting out, I am using the Absolute Acrylic and Monomer from OPI. Using the forms, I am sculpting out a long stiletto nail, making sure I bring up the side walls, and checking all of my angles to make sure I build up an apex at the stress point. When I first think of Linkin Park After Dark, I automatically thought of the nightlife after dark in Linkin Park, which chose 10 different bars or venues to depict on my nails. When painting with gel polishes, to get different variants of the same color, I am just adding black or white, not trying to mix up the color too much, just to be able to add shading and dimension into the drawing on a flat surface. The very first place I am painting is called Rose's Lounge. Cash only with a lot of character. This is a dive bar, dingy couches, a pool table, and a jukebox, and they have Christmas lights strung up all year round. Linkin Park not only has a diverse nightlife, but is home to Chicago History Museum, the North Avenue Beach, and my favorite, the Linkin Park Zoo. The second stop on our tour is a bar called A Local Option. A great place for beer and food with a Cajun twist. They have neon signs, a huge skull and bone mural, and also a German motto that literally means shit beer will kill you. One of my favorite things about painting with a gel polish instead of a gel paint is that I can build up the depth with layers instead of having to mix different shades every single time. I am painting a skull beer tap to depict their local option logo. Adding lines to a background allows you to add depth to a picture on a nail without taking away from the main focus of the detail. Our next stop is one of my favorite bars you can find in Lincoln Park called Replays. At this brewcade, you can find lots of vintage video games, craft beer, and cocktails, and also pop-up themed bars. And some of the ones they've had is Friends, SpongeBob, and The Office. Outlining where you want to fill in color before helps me keep my proportions of my design even and allows me to keep the color separated. I can go back in and fix the lines up after I fill it in with color. I forgot to mention earlier that for my black paint, I mixed in a little bit of acrylic powder to be able to keep my black lines crisper. The paint is a little bit thicker and I'm able to keep a nice crisp line. Also, flash curing in between every couple of lines helps my design stay put together. With so many places that I am showing you guys today, I decided to just take a few snippets of different places and show you some fine details that I did along the way. Here is a great example of when I meant layering up my colors. I am literally using one solid color and adding black or white to get the different variants of the same color, creating 3D dimension to a 2D painting. For our last stop along the way, we are going to Broken English Taco Pub. What's so cool about this place is that they combined a unique take on Mexican street-style tacos, beverages, but they also include vivid artwork created by local talents. So like their insides and the outside is covered in murals, which is awesome for an artist like me to hear. For the super detailed lines that I'm doing right now, I make sure I roll my paintbrush in my paint continuously to create that fine tip and point that I'm able to get such crisp lines. And here are my final nails. I hope you enjoy.
So my Emily notes on her video aren't very long because at this point there's some I've said, and I'm not going to beat dead horses here. But if you're in her case, because painting is her thing, and she used a lot of different colors, and as an OPI friend, I want you to be diligent and say what each color is. Because the viewer might like a color and go, "Ooh, what was that color?" Or even if you mix it, just go, "Hey, I mixed this and this to get this, and now I'm using it." I'll show your face. She was another one who didn't show. Talk to the camera, engage with your viewers. But Lincoln Park After Dark.
Yeah, I love how she talked about the qualities of painting with gel polish, right, versus gel paint. Like that was kind of nice, the depth, and and then she added in some powder, I believe, which was interesting to kind of play with some of the colors. The only thing for me with the video, I don't know the Lincoln Park neighborhood.
Not at all either.
Right, and so I know Emily is from nearby, but it would have helped me a little bit in the video to see some actual pictures of these places, just because and again, she made a bold choice because she went with a literal version, but it's different things. You can't necessarily tell it's Lincoln Park After Dark by looking, but in the video, it would have helped me see some of these actual places because I don't really know my way around.
Good point though, because in Olympia, one of our art competitions, I always end up judging. The category I usually get is, and it's fantasy actually, is without reading the bio or the description, do I get the theme? Right. So I always start with looking at the theme first, and then I read their bio, and then how I score is, did I get it or didn't I get it? Right. And sometimes it's not cool to be so obscure that you can't get it. You want the person to get it. And so if I was looking at the set, I wouldn't know what is it. But But her painting skills are off the hook.
Emily
She's a good painter.
Is such a painter, and these are so beautiful, and I like how she did choose. I'm just going to hand paint it. That is my skill of choice. That's what I'm really good at. I want to show OPI what I can do.
Her
So I
cartoon
just think it's
style
great.
and like the bookcase too. I think that's really pretty on the pointer
the
finger is
detail.
really
Yeah,
good.
I love the shading. I
She
would
does
say
a lot of dimension.
my piece of
Yeah.
feedback is if you're focusing on your hand painting, I would prefer you zoom in more on
Yeah.
the work that you're seeing so you
Yeah.
can appreciate all the detail. Because I didn't actually capture all the work that you did until I zoomed in on the photo.
Yeah.
So maybe brighten up also the workspace that you're seeing, because I was a little distracted by everything
Mm-hmm.
else on your towel versus your hands actually doing the beautiful work.
Very good suggestion. And I do want to say that I now know Emily's hands. Like, these are Emily's hands. She has those tattoos, and I feel like it's becoming her brand. Like, every time she does her work on herself, and you see these videos, I don't even have to look at her nail art style. If I see those hands, I'm like, Emily Nash.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah.
that's a smart way of branding yourself,
Yes.
is to be recognized and known for something. Our next competitor is Julie Ventura from all the way down the street in Long Beach, California. Her salon is Julie Ventura, and her preferred nail art medium, gel and gel polish. And her favorite nail art trend is textured nails. Do you want to give her bio?
Of course. So Julie's been a licensed nail tech since 2011. She placed 4th in NTNA Season 1. And she also competed on a nail reality show called Nailed It, which Elaine can probably tell us a little bit about that.
Kinda
She's
know
been
it.
featured on the cover of Nails magazine. It was also one of my personal favorites. It had that texture leaf with the pot. So good, girl.
Yeah, good.
And then she's worked as a nail pro in a spa. She became an assistant creative manager for Paintbox in New York City, which, now that I think about it, really captures her style.
Yeah.
She moved to LA. Since she's moved to LA, she helped launch Glam Squad's mobile nail team. She worked as an education manager for Orly and is now in the process of releasing Nail Know-How, an online education platform. She sounds very busy. And she can't
Seriously.
wait to share her passion for education in the industry and surround herself with such talented professionals.
Yeah,
That's a
I
nice
mean,
bio.
Season 1. So I mean, the very beginning. So from the time where we were figuring this out. What we were doing.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. What is it? So I'm really happy we have someone from the first season coming all the way back.
Been long enough that the pain is gone and you can forget
Yeah.
how hard it was, that you're willing to come back and do it again.
The point I was gonna make though was look at all she's been doing.
Yeah.
She's had a busy resume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool for me
really
to see
impressive.
her
Yeah.
come back into
It's
this
been quite a
to
few years since I've seen her, because
Yeah.
I was a judge on Nailed It, and it was on her episode,
Right.
episode 6, with rapper Diamond, and different. I am looking forward to seeing her through this competition to see how different is she now.
Yeah.
Because she, I feel, was pretty new, and she was so soft spoken, and it
Yeah.
sounds like now she's grabbed her confidence by the horns and is just like, hey world, here I am. So I'm curious to see how that goes. We are watching her video,
Yes.
so we're gonna roll that video right now.
Hi guys, so for Next Up Nail Artist OPI's All Stars first challenge, we were to bring an iconic nail polish name to life. So I was super excited for this because I chose My Address is Hollywood, and that name for me is super relatable. So I moved to LA in 2015, so I decided to show the expectation of your address being Hollywood and then the reality of it. So the idea here is that I'm having my Marilyn Monroe moment. So I'm on the Walk of Fame. I have a star that has my initials on it. There's also an N for nails. Paparazzi in the background, the beautiful sunset in LA, and on a red carpet. So this was my expectation hand. And then the second hand is the reality hand, and it's me broken in my Marilyn Monroe dress with my hair just destroyed. There's stains all over my dress, and I'm just doing touch-ups on a celebrity's toenails, which is the total reality of Hollywood for a nail technician. Because we think it's gonna be glamorous, we're gonna, be working in great conditions, and that's not always the case. Sometimes, most of the time, it's a luxury to even have a chair or a table for that matter. So I'm gonna go over the techniques I used to do these nails. To start the base for the Walk of Fame nails, I mixed some of Powder Perfection in Black Onyx with Alpine Snow so I can get kind of a marble effect. And then I applied it to the tip using OPI's method.
And after I shaped the nail, I hand painted the rest of the marble pattern using gel in Alpine Snow. For all of the ombres that I did, I started with a solid base, and then I diluted some of the color I was ombreing with top coat and gradually worked the translucent color up the nail. I blended the line with a dry brush, cured it, and then repeated this over and over again until I worked my way up the nail and created a nice ombre. For the red carpet, I applied my Powder Perfection base coat, and after dipping in Viva OPI, I did not put on a second layer or anything. I just brushed off the excess and let it dry. And that gives it that velvety texture, so I did the same thing with the curtains. To create the texture in the curtains, I painted each fold separately, and I built them up layer by layer with top coat. And then I really wanted to make sure it had a bunch of dimension, so in between the folds, I painted a very thin layer of black onyx. So then when I put the powder on top, it showed through. To make the poles holding the rope, I took some more gold and I actually painted it on a pin, cured it, put some top coat on, cured it, and then I wiggled it off with an X-Acto knife. I did this for the base of the umbrella light as well. For the ropes, I took a little bit of thread and I painted it with Viva OPI. And before I cured it, I dipped it in the matching powder so that it would have that velvety texture. And then I cured it in the lamp and just used an X-Acto knife to cut it to the right size. To create the stars, I painted a sheet of mural on the wall on a form paper. And then I cured it, peeled it off, and cut it up into a star shape. And then I did the same thing and cut strips of Susie's Slinging Mezcal to create the outline of the stars. And I secured them with some top coat. And I used an X-Acto knife to cut out the letters for the inside of the stars. I created the Marilyn character out of acrylic. So I built up the shape of the silhouette. And then I also did this with the film reel and the director's cut thing. So then I ended up with a nice smooth surface that I can paint on later. After all my acrylic work was dry, I flipped them all over and then I hand painted these, and to get their hair, I cured a sheet of black onyx, and my chihuahua doesn't bite anymore. Cut it up into pieces kind of resembling hair and then laid them down with some top coat. So I didn't want the celebrity to stand out as much as the Marilyn's, so instead of using acrylic, I painted her on a sheet of clear gel so she was a little bit thinner, and then I used an X-Acto knife to cut her out, and then I painted her gold dress on top of it. After hand painting all of the acrylic pieces, I assembled them all together using little dabs of top coat. To create the film in the film reel, I painted white gel on a form paper, but before I cured it, I made sure to fold the form paper so that it had some waves in it. Then I cut it into a nice strip and hand painted it. Then I finally attached everything to the nails using top coat, and here we are.
Thank you, Nails Magazine and OPI. This was a super fun challenge, and thank you for all the amazing products because I used pretty much everything for this. I'm gonna leave a link down below if you wanna go vote, and hopefully I'll see you next week if we make it through.
So I have lots of good, actually. I don't even have any suggestions other than good comments. So congratulations. Shows her face.
Yes.
She did something that was brilliant. And it goes back, you said she has a YouTube experience. She uses her picture in her lower third
Yes,
of her
I
image.
love that.
So if that's like watermarking your videos.
Totally.
If anybody ever sees your video, they know that, hey, that's Julie Ventura's video.
yeah.
She shows the products and mentions all the names of the colors.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And here was a funny one for me. She was the only one who did not use music. And I actually found myself enjoying that. I had a moment of, oh, I really enjoyed just hearing her voice and not the insane. Always be sure, though, if you're going to use music, because we have this problem occasionally that it's royalty free. Can't use them because we can't even air it.
Right.
You'll never, your video will never make it on if you don't have royalty free.
a good
And I loved
incentive.
her thank you at the end to me just
Yeah.
felt so genuine.
Yeah.
That was in my notes.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was cute.
Check me if I'm wrong, but I also think she was the only one who used Powder Perfection
I was
as an
going-
actual system,
Oh.
as a dipping powder
I was
system.
going to say that. That was
Yeah.
So really great job on that.
Yeah.
I love the texture you created. And also we were talking earlier about the concept of
Yeah.
that she I love a good
Expectations
good
versus
meme, so it was
Yeah.
really good for me.
She and I both are transplants. You know, she came from New York, I came from Maine, and came to California. And this was personal for me because I remember showing up to Hollywood and going, this is nothing like TV. And so expectation and reality really is true.
Right. And when she chose this color, because obviously she was the first person to claim this color, I thought it was a good choice for her too, because I knew her when she was in New York and everything, and she told me she was going to move. And so I was like, yeah, like that's perfect for Julie. And I knew she'd worked kind of the LA scene for a while.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I just thought she chose smartly. She chose something that wasn't just an iconic name and something she could illustrate, but she chose something very personal and then delivers this message to other nail techs with it, which I kind of thought, like, props to you, Julie. The ombre too, like when she shows that sick
beautiful
ombre.
Well taught. It was a good teaching moment.
Good.
She made it look so easy.
I know.
Yeah, they all do. Person who shows a good ombre.
I loved her, not just the red carpet and the velvet ropes, but even her, like the curtains and the texture in the curtains.
The film flow.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was pretty great.
And her use of doing sort of the vinyl style as
Yes,
well.
for the hair. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, super cute. Well done, Julie.
Well done, Julie.
Yeah. So our next competitor is Lisa Bennett, and she is from Bakersfield, California, which is just down the street from me.
There you
Let's go to lunch, girl.
Neighbors.
Salon unique hair design and day spa. Her preferred nail art medium is gel paint, and her favorite nail trend is 3D nails. Cool. We're gonna do her bio.
Yeah, so Lisa's a twice educated nail tech with 30 years between diplomas. She strives daily to be a better nail tech and give her clients the finest care and beautiful hands they can be proud of. Each time she renews her license, she's just as excited as when it was first handed to her. It is an absolute blessing that she's been able to experience all of this incredible industry has to offer, and she can't wait to see where her nail journey takes her.
I love that bio. I feel the same way every time I renew my license. I do. I always, and I try to make a point of, even though I'm not working in a salon, saying I'm doing it on my social media.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like if I'm going to represent, I need to have a license.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're not showing her video. She has a long description, Beth.
Yes. Okay. So Lisa chose Bubble Bath, which was
Another iconic color for
which
me.
was an in-demand name. I'm gonna say.
It's a good one.
Bold.
Yeah, but she beat everyone to the punch. So Lisa says, immediately I thought of my childhood Dolly's bubble bath toy. You put water and soap in it and pushed a button to make bubbles. It was a favorite of mine because it gave me an excuse to make a mess. I also loved the clear panels and plants and butterflies. I decided to do my set inspired by that toy. The bathtub came in 2 colors, so I did my left hand pink and my right hand in teal. I used OPI Verde Nice to Meet You and Telenovela Me About It for the main colors. The nails are extended with OPI Clear Acrylic and Hard Gel. Sculpted over a short squared press-on set painted with my theme color. You can see the color in between the lattice at the top. I used gel paint to create the plants in the windows. I did the set on my own hands and painted both while wearing them. I chose to do this to make it easier for me to work on them whenever I could, and because my natural nails require something on them at all times, it made sense to just do that. I created all the 3D elements separately so I could attach them at the very last minute before completion. I used acrylic to create her chair, mirror, and comb. Her mirror has a single silver glitter disc that fit perfectly so she can check her reflection. The bubbles are made from hard gel, and I use different sized round beads, toothpicks, and balloons to form a mold. The pinkies have mirrors of chrome surrounded by light bulbs made from glitter discs. I used a no cleanse gel top coat and a dotting tool on each glitter bulb to give them a 3D effect.
It's a lot. She did put a lot of attention to detail in it. My notes on her was just show your face, because she didn't. And this was a good teaching experience on video, because maybe if you're not, you don't know how to edit or use some of the programs that come with like iPad or Android, she did her video as a slideshow.
Right.
So not a bad idea if if your confidence isn't in it.
Yeah.
My only suggestion is portrait versus landscape.
Yeah.
So because she took all of her pictures in portrait, she had to do that fuzzy background people do of the actual picture to fill the screen, and we all watch it as big as we can. So flip your camera, girlfriend, and see more of the shot. And this is something I learned early on. Whether or not you're by yourself teaching to a camera and your face isn't even on it, talk and teach with a smile, because it changes the energy in your voice.
Yeah.
It's so easy for us as nail techs to talk to our camera and get a little NPR-ish. Lisa has that soft personality too, and so it came through in her voice, and it's just like, kick up the energy, you know, throw a little smile. And I definitely want people to watch the video on this one, because the bubbles alone and balloons, if that doesn't tickle your curiosity, I don't. Yeah, she like literally puts it on the finger so that the bubbles could be positioned right, so that they could remove and then be glued on.
Right, I thought that was brilliant. I actually, like, I really am fascinated by this design. Like, when I saw it come in, I was like, I have to know more about, like, the intricacies of how this looks. And to me, like, for me, this was an unexpected take on bubble bath, right? 'Cause I think like a clean, like a nude, and this wasn't that. But I kind of liked it because you could still tell it was bubble bath. Yeah, my only comment is just like on the video, I really wish I could have seen more of like the art being created and birthed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it was just, because this is a cool take. And then, I mean, Lisa is so funny, right? Babs, like that. She gave the alternative to the other iconic toy name. And then, you know, even the girl, though, like, she looks super great.
She with her towel wrapped around her head.
It's so wonderful.
Her little legs.
Yeah.
For me, I'm grateful that she provided all of this detail in her description, because all of that was lost for me in her video. It was really distracting too with all of the effects. So yeah, if we can just refine that a little bit more for next time, I think you'll do a great job.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube, learn how to at least just crop and put multiple videos together, because you don't have to have transitions, you know, you don't have to have fancy transitions or special effects, but learning how to crop a video and take away boo-boos and piece them all back together, you can do it all right on your phone and right on. Listen, they've done movies in Hollywood on nothing but a phone. So it's pretty amazing, and I've never taken a class on it. I got all of my editing experience on YouTube, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to say I half expected when I opened her video to see that trend right now everybody's doing with the bubbles, you know, with the foam. So
that's a good point.
A hooray to her. I'm a little bit over the foam. Let's get over it. And she didn't go there, so I'm like, go girl.
That is such a valid point. No, Lisa loves 3D art. She wouldn't do.
No.
It's too simple for her.
Yeah. That's not enough for her. So our next competitor is Lisa Weitzman, and she is down the street in Chula Vista, California. Her salon is Das Nailhaus. German. She's German, right? Preferred nail art medium is hand painted, and her favorite nail art trend is pop culture nails. Cool. She has a lot of personality. Let's hear about her bio.
Yeah, so Lisa, growing up in the industry her entire life, Lisa found herself getting licensed back in 2005. In the beginning, it was a struggle trying to build a clientele as a single mother with 2 little ones. She is now the owner of Das Nailhaus of Beauty. Her kids are now adults, and she's married to her biggest supporter. Now she is so proud to say that she is completely booked through the year and loves and appreciates her clients that have supported her along the way. That's really amazing. When she started competing in NTNA several years ago, she hardly believed she was good enough to enter. Wow. Through the years now, she's found her true calling as a nail artist and challenges herself to be better than yesterday. Through this All-Stars competition, she looks forward to waking her inner beast that thrives on the adrenaline rush of NTNA. And hopes to see the inside of OPI headquarters. Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, it's the Google of the beauty industry. I want to just throw how about that profile picture? She's so funny with those little hands. She's always doing these little things.
On social media, different things.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
Nice.
She is so funny.
And OPI fell for it. They were like, we need her. And
she is so, and correct me if I'm wrong, Beth, I might be, but I feel like, in my experience with NTNA, because we've only done this, we're on our 3rd season now, isn't she like the longest lab survivor?
Longest last
like
chance.
She got in it in the beginning and won. Like I got to be that I was just like, oh, please make it to the end. So.
When we were reviewing all of the applications for All Stars, the first thing I said to the team in the room was the word to describe her is perseverance.
Yeah.
Like she
Oh,
does
yes.
not give up.
No.
Yeah.
She's been trying for a really hard
And we
time
had
since
her
facing
here
her.
as a guest,
you
and it
did.
made me go, did I jinx her? 'Cause it was at the beginning, we had her as a guest, and then she went into the design lab after that, and I was like, oh, we jinxed her having her on the show.
No,
So,
no,
I don't.
because she's back.
Yeah,
no
so
one's
she's
jinxed
back, and nobody's
anybody.
jinxing anybody.
She's perfect.
So I'm not showing her video, and I'll tell you why. She used a not royalty-free music in the very beginning, a beautiful song by Alicia Keys. So go watch the video. But you want to tell them what she
Yes,
wrote up on
I would
hers?
be honored to read Lisa's description. So I was lucky enough to get Big Apple Red, again, a huge iconic color. I'm really glad she got it because it was high in demand. I couldn't believe it was still up for grabs by the time I had responded. So I was really stoked to get it, says Lisa. For this set, I wanted to showcase everything that comes to mind when thinking of New York City. The very second I was approved for this color, I immediately knew I had to sculpt Lady Liberty. Upon sculpting her, midway through, I thought to myself, she has to hold a pizza. I didn't think that. I also knew I wanted some kind of city skyline, and I wanted to pay respect to 9/11, so the Freedom Tower is a focal point of one of my 2 hand-painted pieces. The other point of reference is the very well-known Empire State Building, of course. I surrounded the 2 buildings, both on separate nails, with surrounding cityscapes. Between the cityscape nails, I thought I'd position a sculpted acrylic white heart to represent the ever so well-known I Heart NYT. I also wanted to represent the food aspect of any big city, but especially New York because it's known for its food. I wanted to eat my way through New York. So I made the pizza, the Ode to Carnegie Deli, and the original Carnegie Deli, which is no longer standing, was built next to Carnegie Hall, so that's how it got its name. And what other plug to the food scene than a bagel?
New York bagel.
New York bagel.
New York bagel.
And then she mentions the video gone viral of the pizza rat down the subway. So she had to turn the pizza into a bagel and put it in the set. Let's talk about taxis in the Big Apple and all that crazy traffic, horns blazing, intersections congested. So I have a nail representing the taxis in the Big Apple and a streetlight intersection that is centered in Times Square at West 42nd and Broadway. Another great memory that I have was being able to actually see a show on Broadway when I was a Rugrat. Not yet able to appreciate theater back then. I hadn't seen Phantom of the Opera, but I can only wish that someday I'll be able to because that's my favorite. Lastly, my ode to NYC in the 1980s includes boomboxes, graffiti tagging, hip-hop on the rise, and the Beastie Boys. So I have my boombox wearing No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Nice.
I did all of my building with liquid powder and acrylic and a lot of patience. Well, of course you did. The color line that was sent to us by OPI was phenomenal, and I was able to use a lot of the colors, even blending them to morph colors. I used my chosen color, Big Apple Red, for every bit of red you see in the set, even the smallest dot at the top of the antennas on my skyscrapers to the red light in my traffic light. I do truly love New York, so I hope I did the Big Apple proud. So, I mean, I really I feel like I'm incredibly impressed with Lisa with this set. I know her as a hand painter, and
Oh, wow.
you know, like that's kind of like, I mean, she did 3D for
Yeah.
NTNA, but like the 3D work in this set, I actually was a little shocked it was hers. I was like, wow,
really?
like you're getting better and better. So I just love this set. I want to say like the I Heart NY is like perfect. The
Yeah, it
font,
was super
the
cute.
type
Yep.
is perfect. It looks just like the shirt. The Liberty with the pizza is a Lisa twist.
The apple is super glossy, looks
Freaking
juicy.
apple. Yeah, and she used the red in everything red, which I thought was like really brilliant. The rat, like a little bit of like
So cute.
viral
The
pop
curled
culture.
tail, yeah.
Yeah, I mean and then the Phantom, the boombox. Like I just thought this
This was home turf for me, like New England, Northeast New York. I love New York, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all do, and I think
she hit
this
so
is
many
iconic.
elements.
Like it's
I love the
everything.
rat tail.
Yeah,
I don't even
the
know
rat
why.
tail
The
too
rat
is like
tail
one
to
of
me
my
is
favorite things.
everything.
Yeah.
It's just too cute. I did have a couple of notes.
Sure.
Her face and personality. this is the video I want people to go watch, because this is the example that I say about engage with your viewers so that they want to vote for you and they want to see you, how far you get in this. She has this comedy where she is not afraid to make fun of herself, which for me, that's my best comedy, is making fun of myself and laughing at myself. Again, she used a song that wasn't royalty free. Don't ever do that again, girlfriend. Center your footage. You're going off camera over here and over here. Like get practicing on the center and get your camera. You said it about somebody earlier.
For her.
I wanted to see more, and I was like, get your camera in there. And then when you're educating, use this time to educate your viewers, girlfriend, rather than going, I just did this and then I did this. It's more of, in order to do this, I had to do this and this. So use your time to educate, because that more viewers, again, will want to watch it because they want to view it. But oh my God, that Liberty.
My feedback is super tiny on her video. I studied journalism, and I had a journalism professor tell me in video, if you say potatoes, show potatoes. And so there was one tiny part where she mixed up nails, where she was talking about, I forget which one, but then she showed Carnegie instead, and then the footage was later reversed. It's a tiny little thing, but I thought her video was so great that feedback might help. But
I didn't even catch that. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, just again,
her work is so cute.
Nails you could eat, like they're delicious. It's recognizable instantly what she's talking about.
I want to have pizza now.
With wine, I know,
but it's gonna be New York pizza because it's Italian. You gotta fold the slice. Great job,
these
girl.
Are wonderful.
Yeah, she's so much fun. I'm happy to see her back. Another person I'm really happy to see back is Melissa Salazar. She is from Boca Raton, Florida. Her salon is Artesian Nail Studio. Her preferred nail art medium is mixed media, and her favorite nail art trend is 3D nail art.
Cool.
Give her bio.
So together with her clients, Melissa creates happiness, big smiles, and excitement with nails and ideas. Tiny nail art comes with huge emotions. Her background includes architectural design, publicity, advertising, and broadcasting. She has worked with huge brands, small brands, and everything in between. She loves experimenting with different media and unique materials to get clients' attentions and build excitement for their nail designs. She also is a business owner, successfully running Artisan Nail Studio in Boca Raton, Florida for over 3 years. Melissa loves teaching, working, and sharing her experience and knowledge with her aspiring nail artists. Her advice: life is an amazing journey. Color it with as many nail polishes as you can. Very on brand.
Way to go, girl. So we're gonna watch her video and come back and talk about her work.
When I read this challenge, I had to pick Funny Bunny, an OPI classic from the Garden collection. This soft white nail polish with sheer coverage looks good on everyone. My inspiration for this challenge comes from my favorite story, Alice in Wonderland. In my OPI Wonderland, our Funny Bunny is the sparkle of curiosity that activates our fantastic journey. Follow the Funny Bunny down the rabbit hole and be transported into surreal OPI Wonderland. I started by polishing all my nails with Alpine Snow. Then remove the sticky layer and buff the nails. Draw your design with a pen and make long black lines on the side and then the other half. Fill the spaces in between with black onyx. As a tip, mark one side of the nail and then the other side. This will help you to achieve the perfect mirror effect. Repeat the same designs you did on the right hand to the left hand in a mirror effect. We are gonna build a mushroom garden. Make the shape of the body with foil. Use the dipping powder as acrylics to cover the foil and to build the head of the mushrooms. With powder, place your mushroom on the nail. With the acrylics, start building some petals, make some flowers, and add some leaves to make it look like a garden. I like to use bright colors to contrast the black and white. I use the Neon collection and the Mexico collection to paint my garden. And I use OPI artistic gels for details. For the keyhole, paint the shape in white and draw the garden on top with many colors as you want. With powder, make another keyhole same size as the one on the nail. Make the book with powder and secure a metal stick with crystal clear in the back. Make a hole on the nail and add your 3D elements one over the other one and secure with crystal clear powder in the back of the nail. It's time to make our funny bunny. Draw the face of the bunny over wax paper and cover it with funny bunny dipping powder, following the shape of the face. Paint the details of the face with gel polish. Make another face, but this time paint it with the mix of funny bunny gel color and glow dust. With gel polish, add the details to his face. Build a bow with powder and secure a metal stick on the back. Make a hole on the nail and repeat the same procedure as we did with the keyhole. I add some freehand painted mushrooms with the hookah on top. With the funny bunny gel polish, I made a sign and I wrote on top the word "Smoke Me". For the next nail, I painted a bottle and a cupcake, and I placed over them "Eat Me and Drink Me". The pinky reminds me the uniform of the bunny. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Spin the words with different colors of powder, cure for 60 seconds, and remove the excess for a sugar effect. For our last nail, we are making a clock. Use the same formula we did with the rabbit. Build it over wax paper and add details with gel polish. Thank you so much OPI and Nails Magazine for this opportunity. If you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. Besos en pura vida.
Melissa. Okay. I'm going to give her the biggest smack on the wrist for not putting her face on her video because she was in broadcasting. She's a news newscaster, and she's so gorgeous, and she has that accent. And we know I have a thing for accents because of Valerie. But and I follow her on Facebook because I did the Snoopy Snoop, and she has the most gorgeous poses, pictures all over the world. So put yourself on your videos, girlfriend. Shows her products well. Only one to use window images while showing the technique. She has a small image down at the bottom showing the finished nails while she's doing the nails. I loved that. That was very unique. So she uses the lower third, and she was the only one to use slow-mo. Everybody else is trying to save time and speed up. She's just like, nope, I want you to see this, and she slowed it down. And then I just wrote, and it's not part of the video, I just wrote, OMG, her moving parts on her art. So cute.
Moving parts are my favorite.
Yeah,
they're so cute.
This was so clever.
Yeah, this was super clever between the bunny and the heart gold clock.
Yeah.
Also, the juxtaposition of the black and white with all the color on top of it, it was so nicely done.
My favorite.
I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland fan.
I think everybody is.
I love everything. People's interpretation of it is always so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved her sign off on her video. She says like besos and something else. I can't remember. Sorry, but it was so cute. Like I thought it really added to her personality.
She's Greek, right?
No, she is from Costa Rica.
Oh, it's
okay.
Costa Rica. Why didn't I remember that?
It was really cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got that accent. I love listening to her speak. So I'm glad she's narrating while she's, over her video. But the bunnies were cute.
Yes. So
Yeah,
she chose
so
Funny
cute,
Bunny,
yeah.
which and I believe she was one of the last to get a name. So I was really impressed that she did this. with obviously something that, was late to the game. In terms of just picking a color. But yeah, I just thought these are so fun and whimsical. And she was in season 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like I just came off of seeing a lot of her work. But I feel like this is very different from what I saw from her
Right?
even a season ago. So I
feel like
kind
she
of
stepped it up.
yeah, I kind of liked this like new direction. Melissa in particular pushed herself in.
Yeah.
But like for me it was all about the OPI color. Like there were so many great color choices.
I think she mixed up those black and white backgrounds.
Yeah,
right? It was all
exactly.
the
She
same.
could have easily, yeah.
You're right, good point.
She pushed herself.
And
Good point.
showing how she lined up and mirrored
Right.
the ring fingers. Yeah, the
Right.
ring fingers.
Right.
It was ring and pointer.
The
It was
pinkies
really
too.
Cool. It was a good
Yeah.
technique that she used. I thought it was really nice. I love this set.
Right, and again, the bunny is there, but it's not just about him, right?
Right.
She
Yeah,
kinda
it tells
went
a
little bit
story.
further.
Literal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
fun.
just chose the bunny and Alice in
And
Wonderland.
it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun set.
Super fun
Cool.
set. I like it. Very whimsical.
Yeah.
I think, are we?
One
We're on
more.
our last,
Yeah.
right? Wow, it's going by so fast. Trisha Johnson from Michigan. Salon is named Very Polished, and her preferred nail art medium is acrylic and gel polish. Her favorite nail art trend is custom acrylic.
Nice. All right, so Trisha has been a licensed nail artist for 25 years and wouldn't change it for a thing. The changes in the industry throughout the years have continually inspired her to want more and explore all avenues, bringing her to combine freelance work and competitive nature. Visit her social media to see more inside her personal life, nail artistry, and to see what she creates in this very first season of OPI NTNA All-Stars.
That was a good plug in her bio.
Yeah, good job.
She's smart.
Follow me.
Smart one.
Good girl.
Yeah,
Good girl. Do you want to, because we're not showing the video, do you want to give us her description?
Sure. So this is what Trish wrote about her nails, and I want to say Trish was the first person to pick her color. So this is the first color that got chosen, and I was kind of surprised this was the first color because this is not one I see as much.
Right.
So I was
Interesting.
curious, and Trish must wait by her emails because
Yeah.
she was like instantly. So when I think of OPI, I think of a company that is iconic, fun, and classy all at the same time.
Nice.
The fun definitely comes from their polished colors and names. I chose Show Us Your Tips, keeping in mind what I feel OPI represents. I knew exactly where I would take this, bold, classy, and icy clean. I began with sculpting an extreme style set and used plenty of techniques that can be easily implicated into salon styles. Show Us Your Tips is a periwinkle shimmer,
Yes.
and I felt it would go great with the Pantone color of the year, blue.
Yep.
So very on
Smart.
point. This color most definitely goes with the wintry season as it is now. So yeah.
Make sure you go and see her video. My comments on them were a lot of the ones I've already said, so I'm not gonna be like show your face, dead horse. But she did one thing that I liked because she was moving fast, but she used stop action images. Like she was showing the technique, but then it went to a still photo of the item. And then she showed a technique. And so, like, as she was working along the way, she used still photos to show the item.
See the process.
Which, thank God, because she was doing a little bit of the fast motion and moving around. And so you couldn't follow it to catch it, but then there it was.
Right.
So those stop motions are really good. And also, this was my last tip, and it was really for everybody. Ladies, you are getting extra viewers right now to your YouTube. Turn on your monetization.
Okay.
They could be earning some money. A couple of them had it because I skipped some commercials.
Yeah.
I always
Oh,
do.
smart.
But yeah, turn on your monetization. You'll make some money on these videos. But back to those nails. Oh my goodness.
I love that she also included the trending 3D French technique. So
She really did.
she speaks to her bio that
Doing
she's
those
keeping
sharp
on
lines,
trend.
yeah.
So really smart.
Yeah.
Show Us Your Tips has a special place in my heart for me. When we do icebreakers with new hires, I always have like the different OPI shade names on a slide, and I say, pick a name that describes you. And I always pick Show Us Your Tips. And the reason why is because I say I make nail contact before eye contact.
Oh my God.
And of course, I love blue, so I was really happy that she made this set come to life in such a really nice way.
Nice.
So
That's
funny.
cute.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a wintry set.
Yeah.
It's crystally. It's
Icy.
icically.
The pinky's so good.
It's beautiful.
Dripping
But like
rings.
all the like crystal details, like she didn't use embellishments, she made them. She made them like clear and gorgeous and like, almost very like
her technique on the crumpling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
the
like
texture.
And it gives like a
Texturized.
reflective
Yeah.
to finish.
Yeah.
Yep, she was really good. There were a lot of good little cool tidbits on getting
Yeah.
that texture.
And I believe she has a second video on her YouTube about other techniques that she
Nice.
couldn't
Ooh.
fit
Oh,
into
cool.
here. So
Good
she kind
idea.
of did like a little bit more, and I remember she did tell me that, and I didn't. I don't think I
good
posted
idea,
it.
because if you're forced to stay within
Exactly.
a certain amount of time, which
Exactly.
we appreciate, why not have
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and
Right.
for gosh sakes, even if there's bloopers, everybody loves a good
Well, the
blooper
Yeah.
blooper reel I would like to request. from
Yeah, I love
everybody.
good blooper reels.
I just love the hero shot too, because
It's a
that
good
pinky,
pose.
there was so much work
It's a
put
good
into that.
pose.
So it was really smart.
Yeah. And she played with the shape, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice too. You know, she took a risk, and I do appreciate that about Trish. You know, it's her third time competing, and she's not getting stale.
Yeah.
Pushing
Third
it
time's
more.
a charm.
Third
Yeah.
time's a
You
charm.
never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So that's all of our 10 competitors for this week.
Phenomenal.
Make sure you go and vote, because if they're going to stay in this competition, it depends on all of you guys.
Right,
voting.
and when we're eliminating 2 people voting more
Oh
than
my
ever,
God.
right? More than ever.
Is there no last chance
No.
lavish?
No,
anything like that?
No.
So
You're
out,
gone.
we're out?
You're gone.
Oh.
I know.
Oh my God,
Cutthroat,
that's awful.
But
Yeah.
the winner of this week's challenge gets something really cool. They get a $500 Amazon gift card.
Oh my God. that's
Nice.
So
awesome.
you can buy shoes,
Super useful.
OPI products, whatever, wine, shrimp, probably, I don't know, pizza, New York teas, whatever you want to buy. You can buy it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good gift. So next week's challenge, Sig, why don't you tell us what next
This
Oh,
week's
one, right?
challenge
It's
is?
the one I texted you.
Okay, great.
Yes, yeah.
So
Like me.
challenge 2 already. It's called Where in the World. So OPI is known for its location-based collections, and in the past we've taken you guys to Tokyo, Scotland, and Lisbon, just to name a few. So your challenge is to select a past OPI collection location, not Mexico, and construct a 3D set based on the landmark or other iconic images associated with that location. This should be done on 10 nail tips of any size, not actual hands. Huge.
Yeah.
That's going to get interesting. You
Right.
know, like, it opens the door to so much imagination.
Right,
which
and
is
no
really
first come, first serve this time. So like
No.
I'm curious to see if
If
there's
doubling up or so- yeah, overlap.
or what, you know, what's gonna happen, but I think we tortured them enough.
But lots of inspiration to choose
There's
from
so
as
many good
well.
ones. There's so many
And
good ones.
some of our collections are based on countries, some of them are based on cities, so states, so
Yeah.
really lots
Yeah.
of inspiration to choose from.
Nice.
Yeah. What's your favorite location collection?
I'm a little biased, but Spring 2020.
Okay, that's okay.
Spring
that's okay.
2020.
All right.
You guys will hear about that
Yeah.
soon.
When the camera shuts off. Awesome. So as a reminder, make sure you go vote at OPINTNA period nailsmag.com. Go vote for these
Perfect.
people that have worked so hard and deserve your votes. This week is the hopefully only time we will pre-record and put this up because we had some challenges this week, but our goal is to come every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and hopefully we will be on our Koopa TV page, our Nails page, and our OPI page, all live, all at the same time, because we want to hear from you. We want your comments, and we want to broadcast them on the show. So please tune in next week, and hopefully we'll get your voices heard. I want to thank you both. This is
Thank
like
you.
a dream job to get to co-host this
I know, it's
adventure
really
all
nice.
together, and we're
Yeah.
only on the first week. It's so exciting. And to you, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
everyone,
tuning
Thanks,
in,
guys.
for
And we'll see
watching.
you next week.
Bye.
Koopa Inc. is excited to introduce 2 new colors of the Manny Pro Passport, the Mermaid and the Pixie Passports. The Mermaid is inspired by beachy waves, and the Pixie is magical and girly. Both limited edition colors are available at 2 locations. In-store at Beauty Page, their address is 11561 Westminster Avenue in Garden Grove, California, or here at Koopa Inc. in Anaheim, California. You can also find them online at www.koopainc.com.